Hi, this is David from Wrestling Memories. I'm doing a single episode. I'm just watched Dark Side of the Ring episode with Chris Kanyon, about Chris Kanyon. I only vaguely, I'm gonna quote unquote use that word, vaguely remember him from the WCW days. And in one part of the episode, they talk about he worked the triple cage. Wasn't Tower of Doom, Ready to Rumble. I know it was seen in the movie, but I know the moment he got thrown, he made a big a drop or fall, or off the top of my head I can't remember the words. Sorry, a bump. He made a big bump off the second part of the cage, and I vaguely remember. I thought he was paralyzed. Now I'm mistaken. My vague memory is Chris Kanyon in part of that Ready to Rumble, the triple tier cage match. That's all I remember him from. So, like in most of the episode says, he kind of made some high profile appearances, WWE and WCW, but that's not what the episode was about. But that's all I recall Chris Kanyon about. He had a problem with, apparently, his homosexuality, being gay. And apparently he met up with a priest or minister, if I'm not mistaken, in the early part of the episode that he talks about it. And the minister, whomever, said that it is evil, it's satanic, their thoughts are that way. And I think that was the most disruptive part of his life, is someone saying of that kind of someone you're always told to go talk to someone in the church, or your parents, or your teachers, or somebody of some kind of quote unquote authority, and talk about your problems. You're always told to go, for confidentiality, talk to your priest, minister, talk to a teacher, talk to somebody of some kind of authority that you respect, and be confidential. So someone of that kind of position, to tell him that what your beliefs and what your thoughts of yourself physically or sexuality is evil, wrong, I think that was the most serious moment of his life, let alone his whole life keeping the gay part of his life quiet. Now we all know that the legendary WWF first Intercontinental Champion, and one of his main left hand, right hand guy, however you want to term it, Pat Patterson, was gay, and I'm not sure when that came out as to the fans realized it. Then there was other characters they were talking about, other wrestlers. Exotic Adrian Street. Now, when I saw images of him in videos, yes, exotic can definitely apply. But I don't think he was. It was a strange character. It was also a kind of a territory version persona of what Dustin Rhodes did as Goldust, and that was outrageous. I'm not thinking of Goldust, but how Vince McMahon allowed that, how far his character would go, and even times Razor Ramon, Scott Hall got kind of questioned on how far he was going to go with this character on a physical situation. And that was kind of really out there for Dustin to do as Goldust, and he called it androgynous rather than say homosexual, whatever. Then they brought up Adrian Adonis. And he gained so much weight by 1987, gained so much weight. But Jimmy Hart was calling him adorable Adrian Adonis because his mother called him adorable. And all of a sudden he gained weight, he started putting on his makeup. But they never, not one mention of claiming that Adrian Adonis was portraying a gay character. It's just he was adorable. His mother called him adorable. So he started putting kind of makeup and kind of putting flowers, like the flowers that came up. There was not even an ounce of inclination of that was a gay type character. He was saying adorable, like I don't know whatever Jimmy Hart said his mother was calling him adorable, calling adorable or not. It had nothing to do with a gay or homosexual type of character. Dustin Rhodes' Goldust was very close. Apparently, I didn't know what he did with his tongue, touching the wrestlers. That was really pushing the envelope. Exotic Adrian Street, that was out there for its time period, and that was before my time. I know. When I saw videos, that was out there, outrageous. Chris Kanyon, I said I didn't remember seeing him much. WCW. I didn't even see him in WWE days. I quit by mid 2000s as a full-time fan, so I probably missed Chris Kanyon's time period in WWE. Now, when he starts kind of flipping out physically on his manager, close friend James Mitchell, if I'm not mistaken, he was called the Sinister Minister, because I didn't even know this person existed. This person, James Mitchell. His Sinister Minister. I first learned of this character, or the manager, from kayfabe commentaries. They did a top 5, top 10 list of managers, some kind of list, and Sinister Minister was number 5, I think, of top managers or something. This is the first I've heard of this guy. Never had heard of it. Now that I've seen him in this episode about Chris Kanyon, okay, I'm learning of it. This is the first I've seen and learned about this guy. I've never seen this person in a video until this episode, ironically. He was really explaining a lot about this person, his apparently best friend with Chris Kanyon. And what I was seeing when I first when James Mitchell was explaining the physical assault his friend was doing to him, and MF this, cursing at him and fucking beating the living hell out of him, I thought autistic, misunderstood, something seriously mentally wrong with him, because I'm just learning myself that I'm 50 years old and I'm learning that I have autism spectrum disorder. Now, I don't get physical. I have verbal outbursts. And that's what maybe I was matching with Chris Kanyon, his verbal outburst with a foul language. I was vaguely seeing a very vague ounce of Tourette's, nah. But Chris Kanyon, and it was matching me with the foul language. But the thing is, I had for 50 years, I've dealt with, a lifetime of verbal and mental abuse. People got away with, especially parents. Some people at work used foul language on me, but I was raised around other people using foul language, and it was so. I was told adults are allowed to use foul language, and I'm not. And when I reached the adult language, I began using, and I was told, no, you can't use foul language. So the moment that Chris Kanyon started using foul language a lot on James Mitchell and others, fellow wrestlers, is he autistic? And with a major level of autism, an extreme or worst case of autism is people hitting their head with their own hand. Now, I've never reached that. Now, I have verbal outbursts when I get pushed. No, what I can and cannot do. And I'll get verbal. I'll use foul language because I was raised around that. To me, it was normal. That's what I saw Chris Kanyon do, and that's what James Mitchell was explaining. But then James Mitchell, or whomever the rest of the fellow wrestlers that was good close friends, said he apparently had bipolar. Okay, that's a different way of explaining it. I feel sorry for him. I know that now his homosexuality, him being gay, that's his business, and other people that have gay feelings, is what it is. Let it be, as Beatles song says, let it be. If I have problems with gay people, if I do, I keep it to myself. If I have problems with other people of nationalities, I keep it to myself. So I'm not saying I'm a racist. No, I'm not going to say that. But if I got a problem with people, I don't go confront them about it. But apparently, Chris Kanyon was. I think he was affected by that priest told him that it was evil, that gay was evil, and that young age he was, whatever age he told him about. and he talked to somebody that's confidential, and it told that part is you have to keep it quiet or it's evil to be that way. Yeah, in the way decades back in the, especially the 1960s, you definitely did not come out with it. In the 70s, they had the sexual revolution, and things started really exploding with people coming out about all kinds of sexuality. But Chris Kanyon's story, honestly, you got to feel sorry for this guy. You feel sorry for him. Pat Patterson admitted it on in the reality show of him and fellow wrestlers sharing a house together, and Pat Patterson came out. He was crying that he finally could come out that he was gay. And apparently, well, what else is new? Everybody knew that. How did everybody know that? It's, when the WWE really messed with him about coming out, about being gay, and where and Chris Kanyon's on the Howard Stern show, and Ric Flair and John Cena said, "Oh, you weren't that good to be on our level." That could really hurt you. With major stars and people you look up to. Wow, Ric Flair. And I'm not a fan of John Cena either. Never have been. They'll really call in live and say you weren't that great. You weren't that great. You're not on a level. Wow. And to hear that he was and then Chris Kanyon was self-deprecating. Oh man, honest to God, you have to feel sorry for him. But I had to do I'm not my friends Jose Martinez, my brother Donald wouldn't be available to do this episode. I watched this episode. I'm not sure what I was going to see. I did not know much. I said again, I did not know much about Chris Kanyon. Oh, I thought he got seriously injured from the triple cage match. No, and I was incorrect. But I did a single episode. I want to talk about what I've just learned about Chris Kanyon. Feel sorry for his situation, and rest in peace.